Hey guys, my speech today is going to be about horses and kids. The different things that they'll learn by taking care of a horse, riding a horse, all the steps that are involved, and why I think it's a positive thing to get your kids into. There are 9 steps to taking care. Well, I mean, it's not only 9. There's around 9 steps to taking care of a horse. That includes your daily getting it groomed for you to either ride, or even if you're not going to be riding for the day, you can, at least brush your horse down, feed it, and make sure it has everything it needs. On these 9 steps, whenever you are going for a ride, your first step would be getting your horse, bringing it up to where you're going to be getting it ready to ride, and you check it for any cuts or scrapes, anything that you would need to doctor or take care of before the grooming process starts. The second step would be brushing your horse down. Brush it with a hard brush first, and then you can brush it with a soft brush, and it kind of gets all of what they've gotten out in the pasture on them, kind of cleans off their back for the saddle and everything to go on smooth for the ride. Then next you'll saddle it and put a bridle on it. That's the main, your main tack that you will be putting on your horse to have a comfortable ride. A good thing to do is check the girth. That's what actually goes underneath the horse's belly. A lot of times when you're saddling the horse, it'll suck in its belly. So once you've got it complete, when it lets its belly out, sometimes that'll kind of come loose. So you'll have to check it again before you actually start riding to make sure that it's secure enough and safe for you to be able to take the ride. The 5th thing is knowing that the exercise for the horse is important, but to also take precautions when riding. If you're riding, for half an hour to an hour, then you might not need to stop in between. But if you're going to ride for a couple of hours, you might want to stop and give the horse a break, get it some water. That way you're not overdoing it while we're having a ride with the horse. When you are done riding the horse, then you will take off everything you put on the horse. You will also brush it again. And sometimes you can give it a treat, whether it's a carrot or some hay or whatever, before you put it back into the pasture. After your ride and tending to the horse and putting it back out in the pasture, you will then tend to the chores of the evening, of tending to the stalls, or cleaning the water buckets, making sure they have everything they need for the next day. And that's kind of your 9 or so steps of taking care of a horse. Next is me talking about how this is something positive for kids to do. There's a lot of sports to where you will only be in a certain season, where the sport, you will only do it in that certain season, and then you won't do it again until it comes around again. With horseback riding, you can do it year round. It doesn't matter. The weather's not going to stop you. The horses still need to be taken care of, no matter what season it is. It gets it kind of gets the kids where they're up and they're active. They are learning all the responsibilities of taking care of the horse, and they're not only just worried about themselves, they're also taking care of something else. Some sports you have partners, but with horseback riding, it's not another human being. With horseback riding, you're having to learn together as a horse and the child on how they expect each other to act. Some horses have different tempers, some horses act different, and the child and that specific horse have to, conform together on how they're going to be as partners while they're riding. This also has good qualities for the kids on intellectual thinking with the horse, and you have to have that emotional component also that builds the relationship with the specific horse you're riding. On what they learn on the courage to ride. Some people are really scared to ride in the beginning. My daughter Kelsey has actually participated in a lot of camp stuff this summer. This is her first summer to participate in summer camps that are strictly for learning to take care of a horse, how to ride a horse. They have their breaks where they get to swim and all that, but the entire day revolves around them, and they have their own horse for a full week, and they learn with that horse. It builds that relationship with that horse for that week. When Kelsey first went, she knew how to ride a horse. We have a few horses. We kind of just got back into it. I was raised with them. But she just totally different. After her week of spending with one horse, she come back, and it just gave her that courage, the determination, more patience on being able to ride her horse here at home that she learned on the horse that she was trained on during camp. When they learn to take care of something other than themselves, it kind of gives them the long-term qualities of being able to take care of and having responsibilities other than just themselves. No matter what, the chores have to be done. You have to take care of the horse. They kind of depend on you to give them what they need. So in return, the kids will have fun. It's something really fun for them to do, but they also have to work to be able to ride and have fun. When it comes to schoolwork, a lot of times, you don't want sports or anything to come in where it affects them during school because they're playing a sport and they're not getting to their schoolwork. Well, with horseback riding, I personally think, and a lot of other people that have let their kids participate in horse activities have learned that it helps them focus and be able to work hard and work in a way to where they focus on their schoolwork, but to accomplish a certain goal like they did when they were training or taking care of their horse. And that's kind of how you can kind of take it into the classroom with them to where that specific sport doesn't hurt them when it comes to getting back into the school schedule and having to take care of both things. It gives them confidence because when they learn how to ride, it makes them feel like they've learned something by themselves. They take care of the horse by themselves, and it gives them that different determination to not only take care of the horse and build a relationship, but they've learned something new to be able to do from here on out. It'll never stop. It doesn't matter when they graduate high school and go on to college. It's not something that'll fade out because they're getting older or because the sport's not there anymore or whatever the case may be. Horseback riding is a lifetime thing that you can always grow with. Kelsey has a few things that she's going to talk about. She recently went to horse camp, like I said. She actually rides a horse here at home. One of her other sisters also went to the horse camp, and we let them participate in that, and it just helps them learn the basic steps and safety and all the precautions they need to learn. Even though all horses are different, the basic steps help them kind of know what to do without always having to be told or helped on everything. I had about 5 questions I kind of asked Kelsey so she could kind of put her input into this video about what she's learned and what she's liked the most out of riding a horse and taking care of a horse. My first question was her favorite part of taking care of a horse, whether it's at horse camp, whether it's at home. She's going to tell us what she likes the most of taking care of the horse.
My favorite part is brushing the horse before and after you ride, and also feeding it before and after you ride.
Okay, and then her favorite part of getting to ride the horse, like getting the horse ready to ride, she also had an answer to that question.
My favorite part is the final thing you do before you get on is saddling them up. And that was fun. It was very fun learning how to do that by myself.
And her favorite game, they at the horse camp, they actually had different games they were able to do. They have a different variety. A lot of them you see in rodeos. At this specific horse camp, they kind of just touched on a few different ones, and at the end of the week, they had a rodeo. And her favorite game or that she liked doing is
Poles. Poles is where you zigzag through each one of them and then see who gets the fastest time.
Okay, and then how does riding make you feel? A lot of kids have different feelings about when they ride. I mean, when Kelsey first started, she was very scared and didn't really know what to think about it. And then after she learned, she kind of, she has her own feelings of how she feels when she's riding.
Riding makes me feel like I'm exploring, and another thing is the more I learn, the braver I get.
Okay, and then on what I was touching about the responsibility, I asked her what it has taught her about responsibility with learning how to take care of and how to ride a horse.
It has taught me how to take care of something else other than myself and have fun at the same time.
Okay, and in conclusion, my on the responsibility and what kids learn is I think it is the best thing for kids to be able to get involved in because it teaches them responsibility, like she said, taking care of something else other than herself, but having to work for it. You don't just go and sit down and play a video game, or you don't just participate in a sport with others. You actually have to go and work fairly hard to take care of your horse so that it stays healthy, and you have to go through all the steps before you even ride a horse. And then when you get done riding a horse, you still have all these steps to go kind of backwards with to finish your riding with that. And I think that every parent should at least let their kids try and participate in horseback riding. Thank you.